Hello, welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson is going to be the live Broadway version of Born to Run. Thanks very much to subscribe star Kevin Mulvenna for the request. Hello and welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what we're going to do is go through all the individual parts. Okay, so this version of Born to Run is in the key of G major. Tempo is approximately 120 BPM, give or take, but it does speed up and slow down in parts. Okay, so it can be quite loose with the timing. So let's take a look at the chords first. We've got a G5 open power chord, third finger, third fret low E. Block out the A string. Then little finger, third fret B string. Okay, cool. We also got a G+4 chord. Sounds brilliant. And this is basically third finger the same place, third fret low E, and then first finger on the first fret of the B. And they also got a G major, where you're simply just putting your third finger on the third fret of the low E string and strumming up to the B string there. Cool. We also got a C over G chord. sounds brilliant. Uses this quite a lot in the song. So basically, think of this as a C major chord, but drop your third finger to the G note. So it's basically a C chord with a G and the root note. So first finger, first fret B, middle finger, second fret D, third finger, third fret low E, and you're blocking the A string out there. You also got a D7 sus4 over G, which sounds quite funny. But in terms of playing, you basically take that C over G chord and then just move your middle finger to the second fret of the G. So it's really nice, simple to play, but sounds really nice. So it's D7 sus4 over G. Okay, so that's a D7 sus4 over G. Then you've got a normal C major chord. So third finger, third fret A, middle finger, second fret D, first finger, first fret B. Strum from the A string. You've also got a G over B chord. Middle finger, second fret A, little finger, third fret B. So just middle four strings there. Okay, A7 sus4. So this is quite straightforward because you just move your middle finger to the second fret of the D string. Great sounding chord. You strum that from the A string, so that's A7 sus4. Now D over F sharp, so you can play it in a variety of ways, maybe first, second and third, first, second and fourth, or Bruce plays it with his thumb. So he just brings his thumb round, can be quite fiddly though, so you might not want to play it that way. Thumb on the second fret of the low E, block the A string out, and then middle finger, second fret, G, little finger, third fret, B. So D, that's D over F sharp, or you could play it with your first, second and third, or first, second and fourth, all work really well. We've also got a C sus2 over B, or you can refer to that as a C over B if you want as well. So think of basically your first finger on the first fret of the B string, middle finger, second fret A. Okay, and then you've got a standard A minor chord. First finger, first fret B, middle finger, second fret D, third finger, second fret G. Okay, and then you also got A sus2 where you just take your first finger off the A minor chord, which sounds great. Then you've got a D minor chord. So first finger, first fret E, middle finger, second fret G, third finger, third fret B. You can play that with your first, second and third, or first, second and fourth. Aim to roughly strum from the D string. Okay, so that's your D minor chord. Then you've got F over C in the middle eight, which sounds great. So third finger, third fret A, little finger, third fret D, middle finger, second fret G, and then bar the first fret of the B and the E strings. Now if you take your middle finger off, it creates a C sus4 chord, which is a really nice sounding chord. C sus4, and then we've also got a G add 9 chord, which sounds really nice. Okay, so third finger, third fret low E, middle finger, second fret G, and just strummed up to the B string. C add 9 chord, which is probably one of the most common chords he plays. So he'll be playing it with his middle finger, second fret D, third finger, third fret A, little finger, third fret B. Okay, so that's the C add 9 chord there. Okay, so quite a lot of chords, but they're all kind of slight variations on sort of similar patterns. So you're not moving your fingers too much. So it's a really nice one to play. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do first, I'll put the song structure up on the screen. So hopefully you make sense of that. Helps you to break down all the parts. Any chords in brackets means there's more than one chord in that particular bar. Okay, cool. So we'll just take a look at the intro. So I'm going to come in on the and a 4 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a. So down up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1. And then you've got this third fret low E string, 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so far, first two bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you're just playing that third fret low E there for the 3 beats 2, 3 and 4 of bar 2. Then you carry on that third fret low E string, so 1 and 2, 3 more strums. Then you're going to go to the G sus4, you're going to do 2 strums here. Take your first finger off. So that's G sus4, then G, then C over G at the end of the bar. So the first 3 bars go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And apart from the down up at the start, you can do it all downstrokes. So Okay, and then you're going to keep going with that C over G for the 7 out of the 8 quavers or eighth notes are in they're half a beat each, this kind of intro. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and at the end of the bar on the and of 4, take your middle finger off, G sus4. So it's and of 4 and then 1 and 2 and then middle finger down on the and of 2 and 3 and 4, middle finger on that D7 sus4 to the G, and then do that kind of down up stroke. I think the first round of this he might be going, he might be playing that 2nd fret, but it's not necessary. I think he might be doing that on the first round on that bar 3. But let me just play that main 4-bar riff that you're going to do twice. Okay, so you just come in 1, 2, 3, 4. So you do that bar riff twice. So again, it's emulating that, obviously one of the most famous Bruce riff is, but doing it in a way where he uses chords. So it sounds really cool, I think. Cool, so then you basically got the first verse. Now, strumming wise, he changes it a lot throughout. So I've aimed to get the main kind of gist of what he's doing. On my other channel, jsmusicschool.co.uk, I've done lots of, I've done a strumming pattern series. So if you ever struggle with this sort of semi-quaver, so these are notes that last for a quarter of a beat, so these semi-quaver patterns or 16th note patterns, click on the card above and that will take you to that playlist on how to count and play all these patterns kind of comfortably. So let's go for the first verse. So this is, think roughly what's going on. So you start off with a G. Now this is the strumming pattern. Again, he will vary it up a lot, and it might not always be, intentional. So just to get the main gist and then vary it up later. So you got 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and a. So strumming wise, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. So 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and a. And then you've got 2 bars of that, and then 2 and 3 and 4 and a. And C over G. D7 sus4 over G. The middle finger drops to the G. You're just going to do that twice. So this is the first verse. Cool, so that sounds really cool. And then you've got the first chorus. Again, we're going to carry on with the same strumming pattern. I think he does a little bit more strumming later on. Okay, so then we've got C major. It's the same strumming here, but we're going to add your little finger to create that C add 9 chord on the and of 2. So it's going to go like this: 1 and a 2 and. On that and of 2, add your little finger. 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and a. And G over B. A7 sus4. D over F sharp. C add 9. G over a B. A7 sus4. D over F sharp. Okay, and then we're in bar 9 of the first chorus now. We've got the C major, 1 and a 2 and 3 and then right on beat 4 you're going to go down, down, up on the, just move your middle finger to the 2nd fret of the A, so that's that C sus2 over B or C over B. So it creates that nice kind of walking bass line sound. Okay, and then we've got A minor, so this pattern comes up later on. So A minor to A sus2 and A sus2 to A minor. It sounds really cool, this bit. So you're going to do 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2E and. Okay, strumming wise, down, down, up, down, up, down. And then that very last downstroke there on the and of 2, take your first finger off to the A sus2. So 1 and a 2E and then carry on. Beat 3 and 4 going to go down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, counting wise, 1 and a 2E and 3 and a 4E and a. Strumming wise, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up. Cool, and then you're on the A sus2, and then what you're going to do is you're going to hit the A sus2 on the start of the next bar and hammer on back to the A minor. So you're going to go the first beat of the next bar, down, down, up, or 1E and then 2E and 3 3 and a 4 E and a. So that second bar there of this kind of A minor bit. 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and a 4 E and a. Or strumming wise, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up. Okay, and then we've got C to C add 9 that we had in the first bar of the chorus. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4 and a, and D over F sharp. Of course, I'll just play the whole of that first chorus nice and slowly. Okay, so C to C add 9, G over B, A7 sus4, D over F sharp, C add 9, G over B, A7 sus4, D over F sharp, C add 9, 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and a 4 E and a 2 and 3. Cool, and that's okay. So that's the your chords, the intro, first verse, and then first chorus. Let's just take a look at the first and second break. So these are basically the same, and this is where he starts to really go for it with the strumming. So it's a little bit more strumming now. So what you're going to do, chord-wise, G5 to start with, and you're just going to do basically a whole bar of semiquavers or 16th notes. So that's 4 per beat and 16 in a bar. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what he often does is obviously change it up as well. So sometimes you don't want to play all of those. It just sounds quite robotic. And also he's kind of accenting on the 1, the and, the 2, and the 4. Okay. So basically, if without the accents, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and a. But what he's doing, which is quite a common way of accenting naturally, is accent the 1, 1. So that's the first one, and then the and a 2. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E. Okay, so it will take a bit of time to get used to that, but it makes it sound just a little bit more. Just a bit nicer really. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Okay, and that's basically the main strumming pattern. So that's a G5. And the next one, we're just going to do one accent at the start. It's going to go 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 3 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. It's going to change on the G sus4 halfway in beat 2, so 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Again, it's basically the same as the intro riff, but just more strumming. It's basically like that. So okay, that second bar again. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So G5, G sus4, G. Okay, and then G over C for a whole bar. You can put the accents on there if you want, and then G sus4 for 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then D7 sus4 where you add your middle finger on the G string for the last 2 beats. So you just play that first break, which is also the same as the second break. So 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, cool. So it really sounds great with those kind of nice, interesting chords. And then into the second verse. Okay, so the second verse, you're going to start off with a G. Again, ideally those accents. Again, feel free to miss some of those strums out just to make it breathe a little bit more instead of doing the whole bar constant strumming. But Bruce does go quite heavy with the strumming from the first break onwards, I think. So, but G major to start with. This is the start of the second verse. G, 2 bars, and G, C over G, D7 sus4 over G, where you put your middle finger on the G, and you're just going to do that twice, but the ending's slightly different. So then bar 5 now, bar 6, C at 9 now, for the first 3 beats, and then G over B for the last beat, and D over F sharp for the last bar. So let me just play the whole of the second verse. So G for 2 bars, C over G, D7 sus4, G, G again, C at 9, G over B, D over F sharp. Cool. And then we'll go on to the second chorus. Okay, so second chorus, C at 9, G over B, A7 sus4, D over F sharp, C with, and then it's a normal C, sorry. 1, 2, 3, C sus2 over B, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got those 2 bars we had before, the A minor, A sus2 to A minor. So we just pretty much do the same thing here. 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and 1 E and a 2 E and 3 and a 4 E and a, then C major to C add 9, 1 E and a 2 E and, from the and of 2 change to the C add 9, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a D over F sharp. Cool, so let's play the whole of the second chorus. So C add 9, G over B, A7 sus4, D over F sharp, and actually I just realised you do that twice. Those 4 bars twice. And C, C over B, A minor, C, C add 9, D over F sharp. Cool, so they're the breaks and the second chorus. Okay, so now take a look at the middle 8 section. So it's going to start off with a D minor chord, same strumming as before. 1 E, 2 E, and a 3 and a 4 E, 1. Or maybe this bit you could do it a little bit quieter as well, dynamic wise. So 2 bars of that, and then F over C. For a whole bar, and then you've got a split bar where you change to the C sus4, take your middle finger off for on the and of 2. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and then C add 9, 3 bars, so 1 more bar. You get the G to G add 9, sounds really nice this bit. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and another bar of G add 9. Then D minor, 2 bars again, F over C, and then a whole bar of C sus4. C add 9 for 2 bars, G over B, then D over F sharp for 2 bars. Cool, so just go through that middle 8 section again. So 2 bars D minor, F over C, then F over C, C sus4, C add 9 for 3 bars, and G, that's G add 9. Then D minor. So again, you might want to loosen it off with the strumming, not just go constant all the time. And then F over C, C sus4, C add 9 for 2 bars this time, G over B, and D over F sharp, 2 bars. Cool, now we're going to go into the third verse. So this is where he sort of brings it all down and he's playing a lot quieter. So he's basically picking the chords rather than strumming. So just to bring everything down a little bit dynamic wise. So again, you can kind of play around with the picking. He's not doing the exact thing every time. This is roughly what he's doing, but you feel free to change it because he will be doing something different pretty much every bar. But this is kind of what's going on the most. So you kind of start off with the G chord, but kind of strum the bottom half of it, so it's more like a power chord in essence. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, that's roughly what he's doing. So down, 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 down on the kind of bottom half of the G chord, then up a stroke on the B string, then back on the low E string, then up on the G, down on the G, up on the G. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Something like that would work really well. Timing wise, you've got 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and so 1 crotchet or quarter note, and then 6 quavers or eighth notes. So do 2 bars of G with this packing pattern, a bit softer, and do the same thing now, but with a C add 9, down, down, up with a B string, A, G, D. Then you can mix this up as well, like Bruce will, then D over F sharp. You do those 4 bars again. So you're going to do G, C add 9. Okay, and actually the second time, so the first 4 bars you do 2 bars of G, C add 9, D F sharp over F sharp, and then the second time around you just do the 2 bars of G. So there's a slightly different ending, and then you've got C add 9 for 3 beats, and G over B for the last beat. So it's going to go down, up on the chord, downstroke on the chord, then upstroke on the G string. So down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, then D over F sharp. Okay, so just show you that, play the whole of that third verse. So C add 9, D over F sharp, then back to the G, C add 9, G over B, D over F sharp. Cool, so that's the middle 8 and the third verse. Let's now take a look at the third chorus and the outro. So basically what's going to happen is it's going to start off in the same manner as we did in the third verse, with that kind of down, down, up, down, up, down, up kind of picking style. And you've got a 4-bar phrase that's repeated to start with. So you've got C add 9, G over B, A7 sus 4, and then D over F sharp. And just do that twice. G over B. Again, feel free to change up the picking as well. And then you get the C add 9 with a G over B at the end. Down, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Then A minor. And then A sus 2 at the end. Kind of down, up again. So down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then A minor. C add 9. D over F sharp. So this is me play that whole of the third chorus. G over B, A7 sus 4, D over F sharp, C add 9 with G over B at the end, A minor with A sus 2 at the end, A minor, C add 9, D over F sharp. Cool, and now on the outro, and basically what happens is you do this 4-bar riff 3 times. You're going to do G for 2 bars, same picking kind of thing. For 2 bars, C add 9, G over F sharp, and you basically do that 2 more rounds. Now on the third round, you're going to go into this kind of tapping, kind of percussive thing. So I think he does. I didn't see that. I wasn't lucky enough to see the Broadway show. Couldn't get tickets, but I think that this would have ended a lot of this set. So G. This is the third round of this outro. C add 9, and then a D over F sharp at the end. So on the and of 4 of this D over F sharp on the third round, down, down, up, down, up, down, and then start tapping. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. 2, 3, and 4, and 1. So he's basically playing on the 1 and the and a 3, 4, and the and of 4. So coming out of the D over F sharp, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1. And you basically do 7 full rounds of this, and the last one just tap just to finish off. So I'll just play that last bit of the outro. So 7 rounds of this. Let's pretend this is the 7th round now, and then end it like that. Cool, so it's a great song, and actually slightly different from the other Born to Run acoustic version that I've done before. So hopefully you enjoyed the video and got some value out of this. If you have, please smash that like button and subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. See, if you need any files, head over to Subscribestar, where files will be sent out on the 3rd of the month to your email address. You can pick and choose, and there are sort of different tiers on there. Or if you don't want the subscription thing, which you can kind of cancel at any time, head over to jsmusicschool.co.uk. You can just get downloadable files straight to your computer from the Bruce shop on there. Thanks very much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye. If you'd like to get Guitar Pro files, tab PDFs, backing tracks from any of these tutorials, head over to either the Subscribestar page or my website, jsmusicschool.co.uk. Remember to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications. Thanks very much. See you on the next one.